Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Thursday morning, July 16th, and it's 3:40 in the a.m. I'm getting ready to hit my paperwork as I do most mornings. But I wanted to share something with you. This something is more important than my usual summaries and recaps of videos that I've read or emails that I've read. And it's significant for me because I remember when I first started TikTok and first started doing videos, they were more a summary of my religious upbringing and my religious experience, and I was summarizing other people's work. Now I'm in this phase of my life where I'm unlearning a lot of things that, I adhered to for a lot of years. And the reason I'm unlearning it is because I want to say it's fundamentally unsound information. And I have to put it like that. It's basically fundamentalism and nationalism wrapped in a blanket of religious jargon. And I need to say, black folks, you really need to look at, one, the overall congregation, and two, the teachings that you're adhering to, because if you're really paying close attention, you're practicing a form of legalism, which is keeping a set of rules. You're practicing the same, I want to say, religious construct of the Pharisees and Sadducees. You're so religious and pious that you're no earthly good. It's black and white, cut and dry, and very judgmental. And I am moving away from that to the point where, I am no longer how do I put this? No longer keeping the faith as we know it. I still identify as a Christian, a follower of Christ, which includes gray areas because of who man is. I still identify as a Christian because I recognize my faults and frailties, and I'm less apt to be hypercritical and judgmental because somebody sins differently. And notice how I phrase that. We're quick to call out somebody else's sin or see the speck, but we don't look at our standard of measure. And when I joined TikTok, I said it wasn't never for the likes. I'm not monetized on any of my social media platforms. It's about having a voice and using a platform to discuss subject matter. And I've stayed true to that. With that being said, I'm coming up with a different format other than TikTok because I am tired of TikTok's arbitrary enforcement of community guidelines. And the reason I say this is because, I received a strike on my account and I don't like it. And the strike was based on something that I posted, and I shared this the other day. It was Michael Fanone. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Michael Fanone or Fanone. His quote about Lindsey Graham. Michael Fanone was a cop during the January 6th uprising. And he has some very strong words to eulogize Lindsey Graham. And because I reposted that, I am the violator of community guidelines. Now, this quote is in a book. This quote is on other social media platforms. that TikTok falls in line with. As a matter of fact, I obtained the quote from another social media platform. But again, I am in violation of community guidelines. Now, you can say the N word all day, every day. You can call women all out of their names on TikTok. You can show fight videos. The saxophones are getting louder. But you can't repost a quote that resonates with you without an arbitrary ruling. Again, why are your standards a little different than the standards on the other social media platforms? You're violating my First Amendment rights. And I don't take that lightly. You know, I'm not one to yell fire in a crowded theater, but I am one to highlight a problem. I'm not going to let you play in my face. And that seems to be the issue for all free thinkers who do not agree with the status quo. I'm not touting conspiracy theories. I'm talking about my experience as a gay black woman in this country. I'm talking about your movements as they impact my people. And by my people, I mean the community that you most identify me with, and the communities that you hear me identify with. But somehow I'm the problem, because I won't stay silent. I'm not on here cussing everybody out. I'm not on here blaming people for problems. I'm highlighting the hypocrisy in the statements. I'm highlighting the hypocrisy and the, I want to say, anything to keep the peace kind of mindset. See, anything to keep the peace is, you're part of the problem. Because sometimes you have to shake stuff in order to get the product. You know, I spent a good amount of time in the Central Valley. And one of the major crops grown in the Central Valley is almonds. And people there pronounce almonds almonds. And there's a joke that goes with that. It's pronounced almonds because in order to harvest them, you got to shake the L out of them. So they have these machines actually that grab the tree trunk and shake it. You're shaking the L out of the almonds. So I'm about to shake the L out of what I do. Stay tuned.